All right. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, I'm Luke Amogus, and this will be my first podcast. Uh, so for today, I'm just going to talk about, since this is my first podcast, I'm going to talk about who I am and why you should listen to my podcast, what I'm doing right now, and I'm also going to talk about uh, my life as a student in the University of the Philippines. Which is the premier university here in the Philippines, number one university. So, who am I? First, my name's Suka Moges. I'm I'm from Davao. I used to play football when I was in high school, and then I stopped when I got to college. I'm 20 years old, and currently I graduated but unemployed. So right now I have a lot of free time, so I'm doing this podcast. So Uh, right now, I'm just chilling, and I don't know. We'll see where time puts me. All right, so let's first talk about my life in UP. So when I was in fourth year high school, I took the OPCAT, or the University of the Philippines College Admission Test. Uh, Undoubtedly one of the hardest admission tests that I've taken. I took all four. I took Ateneo, LaSalle, UP, and UST. I passed all four, but then UP was my dream school. So in my entrance application, I put UP Diliman as my first campus choice, and then UP Manila for my second campus choice. Uh, People have been telling me that that's basically setting yourself up for fail, because if you don't pass the first campus, you there's a slight chance, there's a even less chance for you to pass the second campus. So yeah, um, I took it around. I was at the morning class, and basically the test was it was unlike any other test because they included Filipino in the math and science parts of the exam, and also reading comprehension. So that was that sucked. But then when I found out I passed, oh my god, I was just jumping all around everywhere. I was jumping around the house for around 30 minutes. So yeah. But when I finally transferred to UP though, it wasn't all good. Especially on my first year. On my first year, um, I lived in a dorm called Kalayaan Residence Hall, and on the first sem of my college life, I lost like 10 pounds, 15 pounds. I was really, I was really underweight around that time because what I would do is I would lock myself in my room. I wouldn't eat because I'd be too. I wouldn't say too sad, but too lazy. But also just I didn't have anything else to do. I mean, my friends from Davao were there inside the dorm, but then I don't know. So yeah, and then I also had math 17. Oh my god, math 17. So what you should know about math 17 is this. It doesn't exist anymore because the curriculum changed its name to math something. But before, math 17 used to be the bane of every freshie student's life because it was almost like high school math, uh, all learned within like 2 weeks, and then college level math all learned throughout the sem, and it was rushed. It was it was the worst. It was I think it was the worst sem of my life. But so yeah, by the end of the sem, I got a four on my math 17, and I basically failed it. So I had to retake it next sem. Come second quarter of my first year, it was better. I regained my weight when I went back to Davao. I gained too much weight. So yeah, it takes a little when you're somebody from the province. not really problem. I don't really like saying problem. When you're somebody not from Manila and you have to transfer to Manila, it gets hard and lonely because of course you don't have your family there. Uh, Sometimes you don't even have your friends there. So there's this thing in UB called orgs or organization. It's more than just a club. So if you're feeling lonely, that's what I did. In my first year in UP, I joined uh, Junior Philippine Geographical Society UP Diliman. Because my course in UP, I forgot to tell you guys, was geography, BS geography, and so that was one of the orgs operating within geography with a geography. It's a geography themed org. So basically, I met most of my college friends there, um, and I began to not feel lonely because it can take a toll on you. I mean, homesickness is a real thing. I don't know. So yeah, I'm sorry. This is my first podcast. I don't. I'm just all over right now. Anyways, um, UP life. UP life actually shocked me because it's a lot like university life from what you see in the movies. You have different classmates every class. Sometimes you have big classes where you're like 200 students and there's only one teacher. And you're like in an auditorium. And then in UP, you have to learn how to walk, unless you have a car. But in UP, walking is such a must. Also, learning to ride the jeepneys. Sorry. UP, you cannot get anywhere around UP if you don't know. Walking, walking distance in UP is basically your idea of walking distance when you get inside UP gets scattered because walking distance is so long already. For example, the main building that students go to, Palma Hall, or as students call it, AS, to the math building, that's around 15 minutes walking time. But it doesn't feel that bad when you're walking with friends or you're walking with your blockmates. Oh yeah, you only have blockmates until your first sem, the first year. After that, you're it's it's you don't have your blockmates anymore. So I suggest you try to make friends within your first year and first sem of UP with your blockmates. Anyways, so yeah, that was UP. I mean, it's not really, the campus is nice. It's very green, but it's not everything that I expected it to be. UP is has its own problems as a university, and what I can say though is that UP basically unraveled my mind. Um, it shaped my mind into understanding things in a different perspective. You know, so that's what UP gives you. It's not a premier university just because we have the best facilities. No, we don't have the best facilities. I feel like Ateneo Manila has better facilities than us. But I feel like it's more of the professors and more of the communities inside UP that gives you a different perspective. Because in UP, they really encourage you to give back to the community, to get what you learned in your classrooms, and then transfer that to community-based solutions and problem solving. And it makes you really empathize um, with the less fortunate in the country. So, of course, UP has been known to be a radical university, but I don't see it that way. I see it it's it's more of UP has honed many thinkers and many empathizers that we just don't see the government doing enough in order to alleviate the situations of these less fortunate people. So of course, it's we get mad, we get sad, we get angry at the government because we already know that we could do better, you know. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going off topic here, but yeah, if you need any tips on going to UP, you could just comment down below on what you think what your questions are, and I'll be happy to answer them. So that's it for my first podcast. I'm sorry it was all over the place. It's my first podcast, but I hope you can tune in for more, and I hope I'll be doing this in the long run. All right, peace out.